Hey everyone, what's going on? Greg here again from Team Blast. If your website is not indexed on Microsoft Bing, then this video is for you. So I had a client reach out to me at the end of December and they said, Greg, our website is not indexed on Bing. Can you help us? So I got access to their Bing Webmaster Tools account. I went into their crawl report. I can see that there's crawl requests and crawl errors. There was no index pages until I fixed the issue. And now you can see the green line index pages is now growing every single day. So this is what I did for them before and after. So on the left, these are all the befores. So I did a URL command. Nothing was found within Bing. And now today, if I do the same URL command search, these pages are in Bing, which is great. So before I go into what I did, it's important to explain how Bing crawls, indexes, and ranks content. So it's different from Google. So that's why some pages might be indexed on Google and then they're not actually indexed on Bing. It's a different search engine, different algorithm. So to start, Bing will begin the crawl of a website. Next, they review any historical issues with the website, things like penalized content, duplicate content, quality guideline issues, spam, cloaking. There's a lot of things that they're going to look at from the historical standpoint and say, should I even bother going into this website further? Next, if there's no issues with the website, Bing will review the robots.txt file. That tells Bing where they should and should not look on a website. Surprisingly, I've seen this issue now on a few different clients who've reached out to me. There's been problems with the robots.txt file. Fixing that has fixed the issue. Next, they're going to crawl the HTML content first. So after they come to the site, they review the robots.txt. Next, they're going to crawl all of the written content on the page. That's very important to understand because then Bing comes back to then render the JavaScript. So it's not all in one crawl. They have to crawl the HTML and then JavaScript. If there's any issues where the JavaScript might be blocking the HTML, that might be a quality guideline problem. Next, Bing's going to come back now a few more times after the JavaScript is rendered, follow any internal links throughout the site. Then they're going to index the content if it meets all their quality guidelines. And then finally, from a ranking SEO standpoint, they're going to look at both on-page and off-page signals for how they should determine the rank for that content. So here are the steps that I take to fix issues that are not, or sites that are not indexed on Bing. So I'm going to go through all of them. So search command, site bulb, Bing Webmaster Tools, JavaScript, compile a list of changes, and then send over my recommendations. So again, to start, I always put in a URL search command, see if the page or pages are indexed on Bing. If they're not, that's the problem. Next, I'm going to review your Google Search Console and then compare that against Bing Webmaster Tools. So here's an example where one page is indexed on indexed on Google, but on Bing it says discovered but not crawled, and there's a quality guidelines link right there. So that already tells me that Bing has tried to crawl this, but they can't. There's a problem with the page. Of course, they're a little vague on what the problem is, which is where I come in. So after the crawl, I'm going to now run a third-party tool called Sitebulb. I'm going to mimic Bing bots. So you can actually change it. You can change the JavaScript rendering or not. The point is I'm going to crawl through the entire site. I'm going to get an idea of, okay, from an SEO score, also from a crawlability, what is Bing seeing right there. Next, I'm going to now play around with the JavaScript. So this is my website just to kind of share this. But after I've done the crawl within Sitebulb, I'm going to go into Microsoft Edge and also Google Chrome, and I'm going to change the JavaScript enabled versus not enabled because I'm trying to get an idea of, is Bing seeing your HTML content? If they're not, there might be a problem with the no script tag, or there could be an issue with JavaScript rendering. Next, I'm going to compile a list of changes. So this is on my webpage, but basically there's so many things that could be wrong. It's hard to know exactly without looking at the website specifically, but I've seen issues with the robots.txt file. I've seen problems where the XML sitemap is incorrect. HTML file was missing. Other things too, like JavaScript. Then I might send over suggestions of how to set up daily submissions or add schema markup. There's so much that I've provided. Basically, it's usually more than just one issue, but these are just some of the ways that I've helped fix sites. Steps taken. So then I meet with the team, whether we do it on a Zoom call or we're on Slack or Teams or whatever. Just kind of chat a little bit about, hey, this is what I found. This is Bing Webmaster Tools. I can see now. These are the problems. Let's implement these fixes, and then I'm going to monitor this on a daily basis, see if the index pages are growing, and you can see that they are in this example. And then further, I will then go into Bing Webmaster Tools, do the URL inspection, see if it is indexed on Bing. If it is, great job. We're all set. So really, in summary now, I've worked on 4 different client sites that have had an issue within Bing. And I'll go up to the very beginning of this presentation just so you guys can see. The main things that I'm looking at is, crawl requests, crawl errors, index pages. Where's that gap? I'm going to be reviewing from a technical standpoint. Is Bing having any issue crawling through the website? I'm going to, mimic the Bing bot with Insightbulb and a few other things as well. I've successfully now been able to get, as I said, 4 different projects now all indexed on Bing. Getting indexed on Bing is actually pretty big because in the United States, if you have just desktop search from GS Stack Counter, Bing is about 15% or so of the market. When you factor in mobile, tablet, and console, it's about 7%. But that's still additional traffic that you can get into your website. So if you're relying on Facebook ads or Instagram ads or mailers or anything else like that to make up that traffic, if you can get it within Bing via your content index and now potentially ranking, that's going to be new traffic coming to your website. That's high quality traffic that's going to be able to convert. You can get more customers or whatever your goal is by getting on Bing. Anyway, I hope this video was helpful. If you guys have any questions, feel free to go to my website and fill out the contact form, or you can leave a comment on this video. Thanks again for watching, and as always, have a good rest of your day.